Hello and welcome to another update video about Cosmos Atom. Cosmos has broken in the previous video this ascending trend line that you can see here. In the last video we were at around 28 US dollars, I think just below it, as we had broken this trend line to the downside. We had found support at the 50% moving, 50% Fibonacci retracement from this larger move up. Yeah, the 50% Fib retracement down, we had found support. That's a place where we did find support before. And yeah, I told you, because we had broken that ascending trend line to the downside and we did find support at the 50% Fib retracement, there's a good chance that we are just doing, because we were starting to come up already, that we are just doing a retest of this ascending trend line, which is what we did. So actually we came a little bit higher, retested the 50-day moving average from below, and then continued down quite impulsively. So that we turned basically into bearish sentiment already from that drop actually up here, as we broke through the 50-day down through that ascending trend line, then retested from below, and we had a further sell-off. So whenever you get such a retest like that, and then even followed by a so-called engulfing candle, I mean, that was a big signal here that something is going on. Very bearish candle. It has engulfed the previous price action, and I'm actually here on the 8-hour chart. But if I go to the daily, okay, on the daily we don't see an engulfing red candle here. You can see that though on the 8-hour chart, which I find is quite meaningful for the crypto market as well, because the 8-hour chart, if you use it, for example, for stocks and shares, it's not great, but because the crypto market is running 24 hours, you get some information out of it that is quite beneficial. So yeah, you've got here your bearish candle, which is engulfing the previous 1, 2, 3, 4, and even 5, 6 price action periods, yeah, on the 8-hour chart. And then we have actually moved further down. Yeah, it dropped below that 50% Fib retracement, moved down further, and currently we are in a consolidation again, similar to what we did here. Yeah, consolidation in a downtrend, in my opinion. So in my opinion, this is looking again like a bearish flag pattern with quite a huge, again, engulfing red candle again, in my opinion. So 24 US dollars we are currently. And if you break below that previous low here, and this was at $23.30, if you break below that, I think this could accelerate the downtrend down, then to 22 US dollars, which is the 61.8% Fib level, which would make sense because it is the next Fib level where we find support. And also we found support here at this Fib level before, and this was on the 24th of February 2022. Yeah, so we came to that level already before. As you can see, we're currently in a downtrend. We're making lower highs, we're making lower lows, and the way we are coming down here is also quite impulsive. Logically, I would need to assume that until we sort of get back into an uptrend, which means we need to make at least higher high and higher low, a swing high, swing low, that we are coming down lower. Now we can't really draw a perfect trend line here. We could draw it like that, and you can see all these touch points here, and it's looking a bit like that we had a bit of a fake out here to the upside, but we didn't really react to the trend line here. So I'm not sure how valid that is. Possibly not too valid, but if you think it's valid, then you can see that we actually dropped below it again, and we might just be retesting with this small candle here. We might just be retesting it as resistance, and then could come down lower as Bitcoin drops below 40K again. So as I said already in my last video and already in previous videos, that I think we have to get to that lower target area, and we have also to acknowledge that Cosmos is quite far away from it still. Yeah, a little bit like Polygon Matic, even though Cosmos isn't that far away from that target area, and that is the area starting below the wave A. Yeah, here at 20 US dollars, and it's going down to the 88.7% Fib level. And in a usual or common ABC correction, you would expect that C to make a lower low. And even though I start here with that low or with a target area already at 20 US dollars, I think we are going to see lower prices. I could very well imagine we go to the 78.6% Fib level, which is at $15.86, 87. Usually the 61.8% Fibonacci level here, 22 US dollars, is a great target for such a correction in which we currently are. However, it is located above that wave A low, and therefore I think it's very likely that we drop at least to the level of the wave A, and that is 22 US dollars. And better for the chart would be even if we make a lower low, which would be here at $15.86. And if we are bearish enough, then we might even get to that $12 level, the 88.7% Fibonacci retracement level. So Cosmos, a rather volatile cryptocurrency, and also one that is holding really, really well, or has been holding really well throughout the entire downtrend. The reason for that, in my opinion, is that when the downtrend started here, that was in September already, it made quite a huge correction to the upside, a wave B. And bear in mind, back then, told you here that a correction would be coming up here. We were massively overbought. Yeah, the indicators did not allow further rising prices, and that in the end worked out. So this was a warning. Always try to, of course, I'm not telling you to buy or sell, but I try to give you good understanding of the chart here. A lot of new people in the space, but I guess it's always worth getting additional opinions as well. And since then, we haven't really come back into an uptrend again. So bear in mind, this is always only a momentary snapshot of the chart, but medium term, or maybe even short term, depending on how fast that now plays out, I see the price in that blue target area. And from here, we could then move to new all-time highs. And here I see price levels of, and let's take a look at that, of at least here 67 US dollars, but that would be the minimum. Yeah, I would be more inclined to talk about 81 or maybe 100 US dollars for the next larger wave to the upside. Yeah, and yeah, Cosmos is, as I said, holding quite well, but without Cosmos going into this target area, I would not have much trust into this chart. Yeah, everything that happened here looks very, very corrective, and I think it has not completed the correction yet. I think we still have to see that, still have to expect that. And overall, yeah, as I said, we definitely are in a downtrend here at the moment. We broke that ascending trend line to the downside, and we're now getting close to very, very important support levels, with the next one being $22 and after that $20. We can see also that on the 8-hour chart here, the MACD has turned around to the downside again. So again, bearish crossover here on the MACD. A cryptocurrency that has completed a correction or so wouldn't do it. Here as well on the daily, even on the daily, we're turning bearish again. Yeah, so yeah, I think the signal here is quite clear. What I always find interesting is to take a look at the EMA ribbon again as well, and it seems like we're currently breaking to the downside of that bearish flag, but it's probably not yet confirmed. So as you see, we might actually really have retested this former resistance, and we might now really come down, as it looks like. But of course, if you move back and break above that trend line again, that immediate downtrend might be over. Then you have to move first above this previous high here at 25 US dollars, and from here you can continue your uptrend. So as I said, this is only always a momentary snapshot. We have to distinguish here between short term and medium to long term. So short term, due to the daily volatility, I can really only give you my current view. So what happens in half an hour, that could be entirely different, because during the volatility, of course, things change. And this is really just to get an understanding. You know, for a trader, you would need to observe the market anyway all the time. So if signals change, of course, the outlook changes of the chart as well in what it can do. But the medium term, or even, as I said, short term perspective would be that we get into this range. But again, nothing moves in a straight line. So short term upside is always possible. And for that, we need to look at really the shorter term indicators, the shorter term time frames, the shorter term support and resistance levels, and yeah, what the price is doing really at any minute really. Yeah, EMA ribbon, yeah, we had a short signal up here that worked out. EMA ribbon short signal that was here on the 7th of April. We broke below the 4-hour EMA ribbon, and that 4-hour EMA ribbon is providing significant resistance here on the way down. The 8-hour chart also short signal here, again also below the 8-hour EMA ribbon, and we are even below the daily EMA ribbon. So all of that quite bearish signals actually. On the weekly, even, we even broke below the EMA ribbon on the weekly now. Now that is fairly bearish. So throughout this whole move, we haven't really been below the EMA ribbon on the weekly. So that is a significant one. Of course, it can still correct that within the week, as it did that here end of February, where we had a strong wick down. Now that was all bought up really at the indecision candle here with a strong wick up and a strong wick down. A lot of volatility in that particular week. But even here, the MACD on the weekly is also turning down. So that is not looking too good, but it's going so far in line with expectations. So I can't really get super bullish on this chart because I think it still needs to complete its correction. So that is my view on Cosmos. Hopefully you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. Make sure you follow us on Instagram and Twitter as well. You can find the links for that in the description. And if you really like the content, then check out the channel membership. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye bye.